Hey everybody, Harrison101 back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to the moment you've all been waiting for, part 1 of our Formula 1 2012 career mode playthrough. Again, apologies for the delays. It's taken a little while to get this out. It's like the great YouTube gods in the sky didn't want me to start this series, and when I got to the actual gameplay for this, I can kind of see why. But I'll explain more about that later and why I've been so delayed. For those because you don't know the news already, I'll explain later down the line. But congratulations, thanks to everybody who voted, by the way. Thanks to everybody who voted. Nearly 250 of you voted on that video for who you wanted me to be my career mode team, and the winner, with 37% of the vote, was Toro Rosso, with Williams in second and Caterham third. So thanks to everybody who voted. It was a two-horse race between Toro Rosso and Williams, and Toro Rosso, without question, pulled away towards the end. So the third best car on the board is going to be the car I'm going to be using for career mode. So yeah, how fun could this possibly be? I said again, I hope you enjoyed the new format, because career mode has changed in a number of small but significant ways for us video makers over the course of the year, over the course of the season and things like that. Things to bear in mind: you can change race weekends. Race weekends are now, you have three options. You can either do a short race weekend, so just qualifying and the race, with one-shot qualifying, which they've brought back. It means you can. It happened like in old school Formula. I think it was like 06, 07. They had that kind of time where it's one qualifying lap. That's it. You allow one more lap and then that's it. You're off, and you got one shot at a flying lap, and whatever you get as a result of that is your time for the grid. So I'm in two minds about that. I was thinking about doing that, but I just felt like it was too risky, and I wanted to have my own setup for each car. So that the other two options are the short race weekend with regular qualifying. So, 3 qualifying sessions are standard now in this year's game. Or you can have the longer race weekend where you get all the sessions, all the practice sessions as well, and then obviously qualifying and the race. I'm doing the middle option, just qualifying, but the longer qualifying sessions, and then obviously the race itself. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Also, the format with career mode, I think this is to do with Season Challenge, because Season Challenge is now in the game, which is basically an arcade, watered-down version of career mode, which is kind of pointless in a way, but it serves its purpose. They've taken some of the options out for race length in career mode, to the point where it's now, the minimum is 25%, which is what I'm going to be doing, but I'm not going to be uploading races in full, because, let's be honest, it's not going to be the most exciting thing in the world to watch. I can't commentate for that long, and does anyone really want to sit down and watch a half-an-hour video of mine unless it's special? I mean, because, trust me, I recorded the raw footage for this, and after I cut out the qualifying, the race was just under half an hour. The whole video would have been just under half an hour, so I managed to cut it down to where it's about 16 minutes. Trust me, you don't miss anything significant in what I cut out of the videos, I promise. Only major highlights. It's kind of like BBC's extended highlights, you could say. So that's the format that's going to take place throughout the season. It's going to be a nightmare to cut some of the longer ones down, like Monaco, for example. 25% of Monaco, I think, is what? 39? 20 laps? That's going to be long. That's gonna be nearly half an hour of racing time, especially because Monaco races never ever go clean, for example. But some of the things I've noticed about career mode that are different as well this year are tyres. There's no tyre scaling in this year's game, so no matter what your race distance is, the tyres are going to act like it was a 100% race. So, for example, it actually says now when you look at your tyre options in the garage how long the tyres are scheduled to last. So, for example, I looked at the options and said they last 16.2 laps. The race is only 15 laps long, so that doesn't make sense. So, basically, tyre wear is on a much bigger kind of pendulum, where if you have a more aggressive car setup, your tyres will degrade that much faster. because, like I said, in 2011, the tyre duration was scaled. So, for example, if you're doing a 20% race compared to a 100% race, the tyres would wear 5 times faster because the race is 5 times as short, and etc. etc. You can work it out using your own ratios. But tyre scaling is no longer in the game, which is interesting. I don't see why they couldn't keep it in. I don't see why there was any need to change that kind of function around, but yeah, I'm on the fence about that one. Parc Fermé conditions now come into effect, so as soon as you send the car out for its first qualifying run, you can't change any of its settings except for I believe it's the front wing and the engine settings. How much fuel you put in the car are the only things you can change. So bear that in mind if you're starting a career mode. But the most notable thing to talk about here is definitely the AI. The artificial intelligence is shaky, to say the least. AI still, don't fully pick you up. They don't fully pick you up when they want you to, and they still are a little bit unaware. If you've got an AI car ahead of you, they're unaware of where you are on the track. That's still a problem. It's like playing Gran Turismo 5. It's like if you have a car ahead of you, they have no idea where you are in relation to that still. That's still an annoying thing, which I don't like. The AI still are kind of conservative when it comes to pass attempts, but they're a lot more aggressive when it comes to passing, which comes with its own set of problems. I haven't got any problem with that per se. The problem I have is that the penalty system badly needs work. I've said it before. You'll see later in the video I get caught by the rester for very minimal contact, and I get a 20-second time penalty as a result of that, which ultimately wrecks my race finish. So I wasn't best pleased about that, and it's a shame my race was ruined by that. I mean, I don't think I was being overly aggressive. I used the racing line the entire time. Paul the Rester was on the outside, and yes, he didn't have that much room, but at the same time, he was losing the corner. So again, you can debate this in your own minds to the cows come home. I don't think I was that aggressive, not compared to say my last 2 races in career mode last season when I was with Force India in Abu Dhabi and in Brazil. But I think this season's going to be a lot like the first season, where the cars are extremely faster than you in qualifying. But they are very conservative on the start, so you can pick guys off if you're aggressive off the start line. But then the faster cars behind you will start to speed up and show they have more pace. So as a result of that, you have a train behind you. And that happened a lot to me last season. That happened to a lot of AI guys last season in Formula 1 2020 because your car just isn't fast enough, no matter what you choose. You're gonna have some sort of train behind you. The AI is almost too realistic. I'm playing on Legend difficulty for AI. And while it's realistic because the guys are setting times they actually set in real life this year, which is actually a good touch, the problem is the AI is much better suited to doing those kind of laps than human intelligence. The cars just aren't fast enough to where you can match those same real life times that the drivers set. In this actual Formula 1 season, and that's a problem. My human ability just isn't good enough to match that, which is just really unfortunate. And again, that might be the case for most of the season. Until obviously research and development comes into play, which I don't even know about fully yet. We'll have to wait and see. But obviously it's early days yet. But another thing as well, the AI seem to be extremely fast in the last sector of any track leading up to a DRS zone. That's another issue I've got with career modes online. And yeah, I think a patch is going to be required here to fix this, because I have issues here. I mean, there was a patch early on for 2011 when that came out to fix things like the 1111 glitch when it came to spring stiffness, and things like how cars were extremely fast in the wet and how cars were extremely slow in Malaysia's first sector for some reason. But yeah, I'm sure that'll be fixed in the meantime, but I think for now, career mode seems like it's going to be a bit of a drag for the time being, which is unfortunate, but not much I can really do about it for now, because I've never claimed to be that strong a driver. I've never claimed to be an elite driver. I've never claimed to be the kind of guy that goes out and sets ridiculous time trial laps. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm a semi-casual gamer. I'm a semi-casual player of the game. I'm above average, I think, for the game's skill level, but I'm not particularly great. So, you know, it can be difficult, and, you know, maybe I should wind the difficulty down a notch and see what happens. We'll have to wait and see, but if you have any suggestions for that, again, feel free to comment below. But one more big announcement that I had planned, and it's a mini story, but I've got enough time to explain, so here goes. I work late nights on Tuesdays. Not Tuesday, no, sorry, Wednesday. But on that Wednesday night, I came home from work, and as you know, I agreed to a TGN contract deal the other day, and that was going through the process. And while I was at work on Wednesday, I was no longer a part of YouTube's partnering program, so all my videos are no longer monetized and things like that. But as a result of this, I'm without a partner, so I'm kind of in limbo right now. The thing is, my YouTube account is hooked up in a certain way where my Gmail account does all my YouTube emails and my real life email does personal things. But the thing is that when I got home, I checked my Hotmail account. Now, 2 weeks prior to this, I watched Ken Burton's latest Machinima partnership update video about, you know, Machinima possibly hiring partners. And they said that if you want to jump to the top of the queue of channels to be looked at, send me an email. And I sent Ken an email about my channel and how it's gone, because last month was my best ever month on the Harrison101 channel. I've had 120,000 views this last month, which is, you know, a career high for me. So I thought I'd send Ken an email with this TGN offer still on the table. I got an email back saying I wasn't acceptable for you know, to be a Machinima director. So I was said no, so I took the TGN deal. So I was kind of hedging my bets to a degree, but I was also just, you know, playing the percentages and seeing, you know, what was on the table and what wasn't. 2 weeks go by, the TGN deal is right there staring me in the face. Obviously I've accepted it, and I'm in the process of going through that program. Now, 9:20 on Wednesday, I get an email from Broadband TV Gaming, the guys that work with TGN, and that was the final trigger to confirm I was hooked up with that channel or that network. But instead, I checked my Hotmail account, and at 9:24, I got an email from Ken Burton himself saying, "If you're still interested, we'd like you to sign with Machinima." So then I was like, "Wow, there it is." And yeah, I've signed and accepted that deal. So in the next 2 weeks, I will be a Machinima director, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, yeah. I did it. I was shocked. I was on the brink of tears. I couldn't believe it. It's something I've been working towards for 4 years, and to see your dream in front of you, staring you in the face, is remarkable. It really is, and it's been a long time coming. And these 13 months I've been making videos here have been truly special, and I can only say thank you to each and every one of you for making me realise my dream of being a Machinima director, and, you know, reaching the top of the mountain as a sports gaming video maker. And this channel is, I'm so proud of it, and I'm so proud to be able to make videos for you guys, my audience, and support and the kind words, and it's so motivating, it's encouraging, it's inspirational. It really is. And 2,250 if you've taken the time to subscribe to me. My videos have been watched nearly 500,000 times, and it's only going to get bigger now. You can't buy a name like Machinima, and people will associate that company with great video makers. And now I get to be a part of that club, and it's so great. It really is, and yes, I've ticked the final box. It's something I've said in previous, which I thought was never going to happen. I thought other people had burned my bridge. I thought that, you know, they didn't need another Formula 1 director, but they've got one, and his name's Andre Harrison. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time to support me, this channel, my work, and others in the Formula 1 community, because we're all getting partnered, and it's wonderful to see something I've been talking about in the past finally come into fruition. And don't let anyone tell you you can't be a success, because you can. Go out, work hard, be consistent, and you can do it. I promise you that. So, like I said, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. It really is. You've achieved... Me and all of you viewers have worked together to achieve a dream, and for that I'm truly grateful. I've been Harrison101. In fact, I've been Andre Harrison, and thank you. Sayonara.